Beyond our homes, parks, and grocery stores, what really defines a community is a sense of belonging. And one of the main goals of Ontario's Accessible Employment Standard is to create a community where everyone feels like they belong. In order to make this vision a reality, communication is key. To this end, the Accessible Employment Standard on accessible formats and communication supports requires that all organizations, including small or medium-sized, provide these accommodations when requested by employees with disabilities. This standard eases dialogue between employers and employees. Communication between organizations is another important aspect of building a work culture of inclusion. Establishing partnerships with other employers is an effective way for you to optimize your organization's accessibility both for employees and clients. Members of ORHMA, the Ontario Restaurant, Hotel and Motel Association, have cultivated fruitful partnerships with individuals, vendors, and other organizations. Paralleling the employment standard on accessible formats, a franchise of a popular pizza chain consulted with experts at the Canadian National Institute for the Blind on the production of Braille menus. These menus allow restaurant patrons with visual impairment to understand what food options are available without anyone's assistance. This is empowering. Another member of ORHMA, an award-winning hotel in Southern Ontario, teamed up with the Canadian Hearing Society to help train one of its staff members in American Sign Language to communicate with patrons with hearing impairment. Organizations like these can answer questions and provide you with a wealth of resources, as can your vendors. Since your vendors stay up to date with the latest information on their products or services, they can offer the most relevant advice on items that promote accessibility. For example, they can make cost-effective suggestions on new communication supports that can elevate your employees' experience at your organization. By exchanging best practices with vendors, individuals, and other organizations, your organization is doing critical work towards establishing an accessible Ontario. Now, how do you get started? When looking into potential partners for your organization, start broad, then go small. Research your members and your market to find out where they require more support. Once you've narrowed down their specific needs, think about the goals of your organization. The overlap between these goals and the needs of your clients and members will help guide your choice of partnerships. Partnerships can be a strong catalyst in the growth of your organization. You and your partner can debrief on the most practical ways you've respected the Accessible Employment Standard for your workplaces. You can compare training guidelines for sensitizing employees to accessibility or share your most successful inclusive hiring practices. How you decide to work with a partner is entirely your choice, but the results are for all of us who are working hard to create a community where no one feels excluded. Accessibility. It's easier than you think.